Hi, Gunner Louie, back again. Got my new channel up and running. All league matters and cups. I'm gonna add that bit in. Swindon versus Man City, third round of the FA Cup. I'm really looking forward to it. But this is concentrating on Arsenal. This is an Arsenal channel. And Mikel Arteta, right? And finally, the journalists are asking him awkwardish. Oh, they're not even awkward questions, but mate, the arrogance of the guy. This you can just see in his body language how stubborn he is. Right? Listen to this.
Hi Miguel. I'm just wondering, you chose to leave Nicholas Pepe on the bench again this season. He's not played for a while now. Is there a particular reason why he's not been involved as much as yet?
Because I decided to play Eddie today to bring him on, and he created 3 chances and hit the post once in 25 minutes, I think.
Yeah, from a yard.
On Nicholas Pepe,
Brilliant.
the fact you brought on Eddie, who out wide, and I think Eddie rejected contract offers, could be leaving in the summer, and you're preferring him over the club's record signing. It just seems a little bit of a strange decision. Can you understand why many people?
He really didn't like that.
Yeah, he does every day in training what you see him do in 25 minutes here, every single day. That's what I picked him.
He really didn't like them questions. It made him feel uncomfortable, and you could tell he was not enjoying himself. And rightly so. He shouldn't, he should get tough questions, and he's going to get tougher. He's on the ropes. And I do believe, right, do you know what? I think Tottenham might have done us a favour, right, by getting Conte, because eventually they will overtake us completely. And the Cronkies will think, well, we're spending this much on Arteta and he's not getting us anywhere. We could get a guy who's won leagues here, there, a well-known name, and he's, going to cost roughly around the same amount of money, maybe a little bit more. That's all it takes. Edu involved, I'm sure if Arteta gets sacked and Edu keeps his job for the, and helps pick the manager, I'm sure Edu will still be smoking his cigars and on his speedboat. He'd be well happy. And, he's Brazilian, but I'm sure him and Diego Simeone can speak the same lingo. He is my main choice. There's Ten Hag of Ajax. Someone said, well, why would Ten Hag come to Arsenal? Because we're a massive club. Massive. We've got a great youth academy, Hale End. Mark Overmars would come in Edu's position. Edu would lose his job if Hag come in. If he brought Overmars in, I think Overmars would want to come in. He's ex-Arsenal. He's an ex-Arsenal champion. He was one of the catalysts of the 98 double winning side. We used to call him Roadrunner because he was so quick. Lightning fast. Anyway, so there is an Arsenal connection there. I think Edwin van der Sar's involved as well, so I don't know. I'm sure I think Manchester United are interested in him personally. But you know what? I think Ralph Rangnick secretly wants the job himself. I do. I honestly do. I think Rangnick if he does quite well, he will want the job himself. Apparently, Man U have quite an easy rest of December, start of January. They don't have any so-called tough fixtures, but there's no easy fixture in the Premier League, mate. There's none. You know, I know United still had Ollie, but they got Watford 4-1. Arsenal last night got battered at Everton, then won since fucking September. Anything can happen in this league. That's why everyone loves it. It's not good for us fans, but it's good for some fans. You know what? I actually missed the first half. I missed the goal. So when I turned the game on, it was 1-0 to Arsenal, and we were holding on for dear life. You know, Richarlison, I think, had a goal chalked off by VAR by his toenail being offside. How? I can't remember the lad's name, but how that guy wasn't sent off for the stomp on Tomiyasu's face was disgusting. VAR, you should be ashamed of yourself. That was the most disgusting foul I've seen all season, and nothing happened about it. What is VAR for? Come on, man. He stomped on his face. I'm not making excuses for Arsenal. Granit Xhaka, mate. You know what? If he comes in and starts figuring more, which he will, Arsenal will decline even worse than they were. You know, Lokonga will probably come in next to Xhaka. He hasn't played really with Xhaka much. He hasn't played at all with him. So, you know, some people are saying get rid of Partey. Obviously get rid of Aubameyang, Lacazette. My thing is, right, it's okay getting rid of all these players, but at the end of the day, we might make some sign-ins or whatever, but we've still got the same manager. We've still got Mikel Arteta at the wheel. Ollie 2.0. Arteta's at the wheel. La 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 la. Arsenal will never, ever, ever get in the top 4 without an elite manager who can do what Conte's good at, get the best out of players like a Xhaka, yeah? For instance, like a Partey, who the English game is so different to the Spanish game, right? So, like, Atletico Madrid, Simeone, they sit back and then they counter, right? They can do that in England. He could employ the same tactic, right? It's fine. 2 banks of 4, keeper, back 4 in midfield, and, you know, maybe a number 10 and a striker. And then they hit on the counter with the wingers and creative midfielders, and of course your number 10 and your striker. Simeone, you know, I unsubscribed from an Arsenal channel this morning. He's on at 8 every morning. I won't mention his name. I won't be disrespectful, but, you know, If you know an Arsenal fan that comes on at 8 every morning and answers questions, he's got about 23,000 followers. He dissed Simeone and said his football was dull and boring. Mate, he's obviously too young to remember George Graham. His football was dull and boring. That's why we were called 1-0 to the Arsenal. That's why when Wenger came in, we had such a strong defence because of George Graham. There's nothing, Thomas Tuchel. He doesn't play. I know he's had a few dodgy results recently, but Chelsea aren't City. Chelsea aren't Liverpool. But like a Simeone coming in would play his way. And he's elite. It might take him a while to settle, but eventually he would get rid of players like Xhaka. Boom. He would attract talent from Spain that he's worked with. Maybe some top players from Atletico Madrid. Imagine Anton Griezmann at the Emirates. Griezmann would be a fantastic signing. And, Griezmann, he'd be good in the Prem, I think. He's just what Arsenal need, an Anton Griezmann. I think he would need a strike partner, And, there's options out there. But, these decisions need to be made by not Arteta. He needs to go. But if he's to stay, he's just that Prescott. He's mad. He's lost the plot, mate. And you could see how tense he was when the questions of Pepe and Nketiah were coming in. Eddie this, Eddie that, play in training, had header. Yeah, he had a header, Mikel, from a yard out and he missed. You didn't mention that, did ya? He fucking missed from a yard. It would have put us 2-1 up and we would have probably won the fucking game. But, at the end of the day, even if Arsenal would have picked up 3 points, it's papering over the cracks, mate. I am tired of Mikel Arteta. They sacked Wenger for mediocrity. The fans were screaming it. Top four's not good enough. Then Emery comes in, cruising in the top four, and then the last sort of month, 6 weeks, he bottles it, and we finish 5th. Following season, Europa League final, we get battered by Chelsea. Start of the following season, not a great start. He gets sacked. I would rather have Emery than Arteta. I would. Statistically, I think Arteta's got a better record than Wenger. But look at the football, mate. Even under George Graham, 1-0 to the Arsenal, we played better football than what I am seeing out there. They can't string 2, 3, 4 passes together. They've got there's no cohesion in the midfield with the attack. You got Saka running down the line, trying to cut in, and No, like Turkish said, Saka will be at Man City in 2 years. If we don't sort our shit out, we need to get Saka signed up to a 5-year deal or a 4-year deal or something. Everyone else has. That's a biggie, man. We can't. Next season, Saka's in his last year of his contract. We can't let that happen. We need to get Saka signed up. But maybe there's a reason he hasn't signed up, because the direction the club's going in. And I'll tell you what, if we were to lose Saka, I'll tell you, he would lose his job, mate. The fans would turn then. It might have to take that. You know, these cronkies, that Project Youth and all that, that's okay, right? But just have the right man in charge of it. Josh Kroenke, you seem to be, you know, your dad's give Arsenal as your little pet, right? Get us an elite manager. Yeah, it don't cost much more than what you're paying. Arteta's got the rest, a season and a half left on his contract, right? He needs to go. Now, he'll probably, unless Arsenal have a disastrous run of results, which is possible, he'll probably stay to the end of the year. And depending on where we finish, if we don't finish in the European spots again, which is possible, I was thinking about it. You know, Arsenal are about 7th or 8th best in the league. That's where they are. If we finish 8th again or below that, Arteta will be sacked. And I will be so happy. I am going to celebrate. Going to have to go through a bit more pain yet, guys. But he will be sacked eventually. Don't worry. That arrogant fuck, man. He is something else. I feel sorry for Nicola Pepe. I do. Something really weird is going on. I'm worried about Saliba. I do not trust him, this manager, with players like Saliba out on loan. The fact that he might let him go. This kid is, like I said, he's a world-class defender. Anyway, it's enough.